So how you will exchange your culture and how you build the interaction with the students. It's not built by the daily your life. It's necessary to make some events, some conference, some workshops. And in these workshops, you will point it out that you will make some new friends. You will interact with different kind of peoples. So it's necessary to make such conference more and more to have and the most important thing is that there will be no such conference that it's just for international students. Let me share the last night that I shared this conference in my only university department and class fellows group. And one of my Indian fellow, he asked me that we are allowed to this conference, that should we come for this conference? So I said yes, I am inviting you. If the students in the Goa University and the ICCR, they are denying you, so I will suggest for them for the next, that the conference is not for only for the international students. It is for the Indian students, and it's just for the students, not for the international students. I should say that this kind of events and conference should be not limited and specified for the international students. Thank you all, and again welcome
So yeah, let's move on to the next speaker, who is Tabang Matabana. He is from Botswana. He is a physics student master's student at Goa University. And welcome.
Protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tabang Matabana from Botswana, studying MSc Physics. Bafolo, Banabas Polo, Kilabala Hoi Kilefa, Kitlo Andres Akanya Ore, Remola Hatsin Senaro, Ram the Chukeba, Rale Bogala Ram the Chukeba, Mola Hatsina to Abone in the heart. In short, the question in your mind is, what is he saying? The answer to that is, I was basically saying what I just said to you. I was introducing myself back to you. It took less than 30 seconds to change curiosity into a front face. In short, what I'm saying is that there is a short line between interest and ignorance. The first obstacle we face, or something we want to tackle as international students and local students, is the language barrier. There is a huge language barrier, but we are in an institution where there is a common language, which is the Western language, which is English, that is used by all of us. It's well taught within the class and everything, but we cannot say the local students should not speak their local language. It's the most interesting language. I actually think Konkani and Hindi is somewhat a romantic language. If you just listen to them, looking at them saying it, you will sing. Even in the movies when they do the head thing. But back into the motion at hand. I believe us as a community, as the students and as the officials here, we can try to bridge that gap by trying to be more interactive. More interactive in the sense of us international students getting more involved with the local students. Take for example, we have a new crowned table tennis international student from Uzbekistan, which I myself is representing Goa University in the football team. That's where we start talking and talking and talking. We interact more with the local team. Right? We have our president there, who is a frequent visitor and always motivating people to go to the gym. We shouldn't be way too consecutive on our own social life and begging off from the people. Don't be afraid to interact with the locals and let the locals interact with you, right? On that note, I would request that we all know that studying, there's our brilliant minds here. For people, for somebody who's from a science field, it's a cutthroat environment. You have to be the top of your field to get what you want. That we know, and everybody here knows that. The world runs in achievement basis and money. You are the top in your field, you get big money. Since you are staying there, and we have the officials here, difference in money. They are the top in their field. They are good at what they do, right? What I'm saying is this: is that the more we interact, the more they get back to us. The more we start learning and also being able to get our degrees and everything. If the more we talk with the local students, the more we learn our language, the more we start studying like group sessions, that such thing. I myself find the, how should I put it, our English, even if you use Google, is different. You have English in the UK sense, you have English in the USA sense. And then we have English from us back home, which brings a different click in it, which most of you cite as an accent, right? It's quite different. All foreign students here, most of you, when you arrive first in your classes, you experience the accent difference, right? The language difference. You climatize to it. But after, you can ask all your seniors, after 1 or 2 semesters, you will be perfectly hearing everything, right? Now, I've long stretched that topic. We should move to another one, right? Oh, another one is mostly based on our parents here. I treat this officials and honorables here, and also Professor Tripathi, and also a fellow member who was not mentioned in the list as Sir Monojit Das. He's one of the people who are most influential in us being here. Arriving here, just like our fellow international students here stated, some of us will be our first time traveling. We don't know what is what, and we all know we have that habit. That Google searching, when Google you always find what, you have a simple headache, you Google it, it tells you are dying in 2 days. You never get exactly, you know. In short, what you see in the internet and what you see and what you hear are perceptions and experiences of people based on different locations and based on different non-authorized and non-official statistics, right? You are here to experience things first on, and not all experiences will never be the same, right? So when we arrive as an international student, you are quite confused. Just like Zeki said, you're gonna be frantic, I myself, when I was on my way I had a very my flight itinerary was from my country, from Botswana, Johannesburg, Addis Ababa, Delhi, go. You can see that's over 24-hour flight exchange. From that time, I'm tired, I'm angry. I've been long being angry from answering between non-veg or veg. That question, we all have heard it in the airport. You want non-veg or veg? Non-veg or veg? But it was a nice experience. I am here in India. I'm enjoying it. I'm studying. The basics have been covered. You have a roof over your head. I have a roof over my head. You have food to eat. I have food to eat. Do you have a toilet to bath? I have toilet to bath. All which are provided by the people here and their stipends and their parents and everything. They are parents to us, right? The experiences are different. Some might be bad, some might be good. We keep on facing other challenges, right? Yeah. So there are issues, like for example, students who have applied to schools that do not have accommodation sense. We are lucky, like Goa University, it's a walking distance. Most of us, we wake up an hour before the first lesson, take a bath, walk to your class. It's that simple to us. But to students, especially college students who find themselves not in hostel base and not close to their colleges, I would suggest that as the honorables here, try to see how they can do and how they can help with the student. In what sense? In the sense that normally you will offer this as an issue to the local people that have actual apartments. It benefits two people. People who have apartments readily available for students can register their names through the ICCR board or through the colleges, right? And to maintain that all parties remain safe, we are students, we know how we act. Once we have that wish list in Amazon to click everything and start paying, end of month you're supposed to be paying your landlord. You have finished all your money because you have paid for things in Amazon, right? And you are forced to be kicked out, which is a protocol. You don't pay, you don't stay. But it's just, but if there can be such an arrangement such that people who have actually buildings can register through the ICTR, and such that once we have signed that agreement and agreed on the price, the money is directly switched or forwarded to them, so that at least while you still spend your money, you have an arrangement to them. Because most of the college students, some of them is their first time actually being away from their parents. They have big issues about money spending, but yes, that's on them to learn, but help them out a little bit, right? We also have an issue of most troubling issue, the EFRO extensions. Myself here, my last day was yesterday from my EFRO. I long applied for over a month for an extension. They are delayed. So I asked the fellow, our honorable people here and people who are in power to try and talk to the EFRO office. Every international student has a story about the EFRO situation. Most of you submitted the same documents, but not all of you received the same length in time. Most of us submitted because almost all departments got the same template from the wonderful Professor Tripat of what to do and what not to do. It goes an extra mile, right? But for some reason, you always find that having submitted the same thing as each other, some get 3 months, some get, you never know their category, but can you say go an extra mile by asking them to ease up the process for us, for EFRO? Then there is the issue I was asked to forward to you as especially Mr. Shettias, the regional ICC officer, was that some students do get homesick. But because the embassy, their embassies were mostly generally generous enough to offer them multiple visits to India, they do have a chance to go back home. But I haven't done that. They haven't experienced things that they are scared that maybe if they go back home, they won't, the stay in which they will be staying home, they won't be credited back the stipend for that particular time coming back, which might cause a scare that if I leave back home, see my parents come back, and then come back being broke. We all know how being broke goes, because we don't all have a similar financial standing, right? And you come back, you might need to struggle to get your balance back. So I don't know how that is going to be cured, but if that is the case, can we see how we can sort it out, because it makes it easy. We all have different coping mechanisms. Some need to actually go physically see their parents. Some can actually video call and they're okay with that, right? And then another thing is that I asked, since it's a culture and exchange situation, the ICCR office talked to our different embassies back in our different countries to put in a situation where more Indian students are visiting our countries. Why am I saying this? There is a pushback. There is a pushback not because of the students not willing to not welcome us. They don't understand. Sometimes it's hard to deal with something you don't understand. Some people are so fascinated when they meet you. They are just asking, can we take a picture with you? I felt like I was Jamie Foxx in the beach. When you are somebody is coming at you like, can I take a picture with you? Like, on that its own, it shows you how some people are just surprised to actually see you in person. So it would be best if a fellow Indian student also visit our countries, come back, explain to them. And mind you, I'm here in India, I'm here taking this beautiful Goa state, sending pictures back home. More and more people want to come here because of my influence of seeing what. Now imagine if the same thing, if Indian students are going to broadcasting our culture back here to their fellow Indians. There is more awareness, and with this era of more social media, you bring about different culture onto them. And then we stop using this mobile 1.4 GB we get every day for cricket and football and playing PUBG. We use it to search for other cultures, right? But that one is saying, I also like to say thank you very much, Professor Chapati, the Goa University, and